Okay, let's talk about charging for a second in the Tesla on this road trip. We're in Kingsman, Arizona right now, or Kingman, Arizona, sorry, at the Carl's Jr. And there's a 150 kilowatt Tesla supercharger here. We left Las Vegas with about 84%. We got here with about 23% charge. We did a little bypass and went over to the Hoover Dam and wandered around there for a little bit, then we're on our way. So charging here, it's pretty easy, and I'll talk about range and all that here in a second. But when you arrive at a supercharger, all you have to do literally is get out, go over to the supercharger, grab the charger off of the deal, and literally just plug it in. And then the car, you can see the green light here is flashing. The car and the supercharger network will work together to, I'll zoom back out a little bit here so you can see it. We'll work together to communicate, and will automatically charge my credit card. So how much does it cost, you ask? Well, right now we're at $2.90 for this particular session. Normally it's around 35 to 39 cents per kilowatt hour. The battery is a 74 kilowatt battery, so a particular an average charge is going to be somewhere between $10 and $15. So if you were to compare that to fuel, if I were paying $4 a gallon for mileage, and I was getting 23 miles to the gallon, basically driving a Tesla on a road trip like this would be probably somewhere between 20 to 30% less expensive from a charging perspective. We saw fuel charges as high as $5.19 in South Lake Tahoe. So it's really pretty good. Now the charging network itself, I click on that, and here's my last 30 miles as I came in. You can kind of see the dip. Let me go to 5 miles. This is as we're climbing a hill, and this is as we're going down a hill, burning more energy, putting energy back into the battery. And you can see where our average was 285 watt hours per mile. The range right now says 92 miles based on that average. But if you go up here to this little button here and I click on that, it says 37%. That's where we're at right now, 110. Notice the gap, 92 and then 110. So this is what the car thinks it can go. This is what the computer says the average is based on the last 30 miles. So this is the EPA rating based on this little dark bar here. See, there's a dotted bar and then the darker bar. So that's 250 watt hours per mile is the EPA rated, which is 316 miles. Now, like I said, we're not going to get that out of a Tesla. You're typically going to get about 70%, maybe 75% is reality because of all these ups and downs that you go through the hills. Just normal city driving. So here's the map. And if I click down here in the lower right-hand corner and click on that button there, you'll see all the charging stations. Everything in red, and let me just turn off the satellite so it's a little easier to read. Everything in red, there's Vegas. Let me turn the map around here. Let's see, Kingsman, there's Los Angeles, there's Las Vegas, there's where we're at right now. So everything in red we can actually reach right now. So if we wanted to drive back to Vegas, we could drive back to Vegas. We've got enough range, we got enough to do that. So this is where we can go, and then we're heading down into Phoenix, so we're not going to go to Flagstaff. There's Phoenix down there. So we're charging here, and then we're gonna head south and head down into Phoenix. But Tesla does a pretty good job on estimating charging. I don't know if I've got the last trip in here or not for energy consumption. Yeah, so you can see that it estimated that we were going to arrive a little bit more than 23%. This is just for the last 15 miles that we did because we wanted to precondition the batteries. We come in, the car will do that automatically. But you can see the gap there, and we're finding that the Tesla computer doesn't really estimate the charge rate, the consumption of energy, as well as a little app that we use called the Better Route Planner. That seems to do a much better job of capturing energy, the reality of energy consumption, and gives us a much closer number. Frequency of charging is about every 90 to 120 miles. That's about where the superchargers are laid out. I showed you back on that map, how they're all laid out all over the United States. There's destination chargers and all that, but these are the super fast chargers that go up to 250 kilowatts per hour. Right now, we're as the energy goes, as we go up in charge, we're charging at 102 right now, 427 miles per hour. That's a pretty good rate. You get a 250 kilowatt charger, you're charging a lot faster. I'm going to charge up to 80% here at this particular stop. So we get about 20 minutes remaining. The higher it goes in charge, the slower the rate goes because of heat and the battery has to dissipate. But it just kind of gives you a sense of it. So, Michelle's coming over from the Carl's Jr. right now. She had to use the ladies' room. And it looks like she got herself a snack. But we're right in the little city. There's a Chevron across the way if you need fuel and car wash, and so we're in not a too bad of a spot. And here comes Michelle. Say hi, Michelle. Hi. But yeah, nice sunny weather. A little bit warmer than we were yesterday when we left South Lake Tahoe at 25 degrees, because it's 65 here right now, and I'm definitely in my shorts. So that's kind of the charging experience that we have. And kind of what we do when we wait. We just hang out for a little bit, stretch our legs, get a little bite to eat, do a bio break, whatever we need to do, and then we just here and wait, and then we head on our way to the next stop. So we should be in Phoenix a little bit later this afternoon, and so there you go. That's what the charging experience is like.